Rule. Over to
Okay.
you.
Right. Well, um, but what have you been doing so far in this class? Hi, everyone. Hi. Hi. So what kind of things have you been doing so far then? What?
Yeah, Amber, come here and just explain what you've done so far. So Helen, she's coming. You're very shy.
Hi.
Hi, is that Amber?
Yes. Yeah.
Hi, Amber. Hi.
We've been doing looking at Behance and making our profiles and getting a Google Plus account and
Okay.
kind of getting our social networking more professional.
Yeah.
And now we're on to like a 6-second promo video to promote ourselves.
Ah. Okay.
We're doing
So
that at
using Vine.
yeah, some Vine, some like Instagram, and putting it onto YouTube and stuff like that.
Right, okay. And how's everyone getting on with that? Have you started making those or?
Yeah, that's due Thursday, so it's
Right, okay. And what was your brief for the 6 second video? What was the brief for everybody?
it's kind of a bit you've got a lot of room to kind of do what you want. Just
Yeah.
yes, seconds has to be uploaded to something and more
Was it
quite professional.
sort of introduce yourself type video or?
It can kind of be anything you want, just as long as it's professional and it's kind of portraying you.
Okay. And
Yeah.
so I'm asking you questions on behalf of everybody in the room now, but how have you all found it? You know, this kind of 6 second constraint. What do you
Um,
make of that?
Yeah, Laurent said he thought, we'd all think it was easy, but it's actually a lot more difficult than we thought it would be.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And have many people been experimenting with kind of stop motion type technique?
Yeah, people have been doing kind of different things, just taking photos and then putting it together or taking, full long videos.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, because with Laurent, we did a project with our students a few months ago, and it was really interesting to see how people kind of at first rejected the idea of the 6 second clips, you know, not taking it that seriously because it's really, really short. And then when people started making them and started realizing that actually it's quite difficult, they sort of got really into it, and people were doing some very, very creative things. It was really good to see. So yeah. Yeah. So in terms of your like Behance portfolios, have you thought about how you could kind of link the two things, or do you see them as totally separate?
I guess you could link them. They're a bit separate at the moment, but I guess you could put it on your Behance and yeah, that could
Yeah.
be first promotion kind of thing.
Yeah. And what about mobile film making generally? Have you talked about that yet?
Yeah, most of the filming that everyone's doing is on mobile phones, but some people,
Right.
use other kinds of media.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I'm not sure who else. We're having a lovely chat. It's really nice chatting to you, but
Go
I'm
and
not
chat
sure.
to everyone else.
I'm not sure. Laurent, is there something specifically that you'd like me to kind of go through, or?
Yes, Richard has a question for you. You need to watch your webcam. Hello,
Hi, hi. What's your name?
I'm Richard.
Hi, Richard. Hi.
Right, so my question was basically, do you have a Twitter account that we can kind of post little photo-y things of the session on?
Yes, and please do so. My Twitter name is Heluki, and I'll put it in the chat window now. Can you see that? Does that
Yes.
appear? Yes. So please do. That would be great.
Cool, alright, thank you.
Yeah, it'd be really good to see what you're doing. Definitely, definitely. Has what? So what kind of things have you been doing, Richard?
Me, just playing with Vine a little bit, just kind of getting the gist of how it works.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I'm still yet to make my little promotional video, but got some solid ideas to go along with that, so that should be good.
yeah.
Yes, I can ask that. We're just wondering if you had any tips for us on how to make a really successful video.
In Vine?
Yeah, or a similar application, that sort of thing.
I always think that kind of quirky and kooky is good. Okay, so, why show your whole face saying hello when you can show your ear kind of twiddling? Literally that kind of thing. It's like, I think one of the things with, the internet is, the web is that, we can all shoot video and put it online, and that's all kind of very easy. But to make something interesting, I think it's really important to think about intrigue and not giving the audience everything, making them really want to look. And so in order to do that, I think it can be really effective just to be very, very abstract. And some of the most interesting Vine videos from our students, a few months ago, with like Laurent's students and my students and students in other countries, were the ones where we literally said to them just, say hello in a really weird way. And they just and they came up with some, just quite bizarre things. The guy that did the stop motion with his moustache, and someone with their finger going across the screen, all that kind of thing. But it makes you want to look. And that's the thing, and that's what I think makes kind of, short form content, and, this is micro content, this is really short form, and very different from, traditional filmmaking practice. You haven't got time for the story arc and for the emotional engagement with the characters. You have to draw people in immediately. And so, ironically, I think sometimes you need to, rather than give people everything, you need to actually give them less to create a sense of mystery. So that would be my biggest tip, actually.
Cool.
Yeah.
How do we make it really professional? Because trying to make it look like it's almost commercial in a way.
I think that comes down to planning. It really does. I think one of the things when you're dealing with micro content formats like Vine or Instagram, your 6 seconds or your 15 seconds. You've got this mobile device, it's easy to use, the app allows you to shoot video very quickly. The temptation is to dive in there, but actually to do something professional, it's all to do with the planning, and that's the thing, it's the thought behind it, so that would be the biggest thing. And obviously then when it comes to kind of the actual filming itself, just thinking about the practicalities of, light levels, contrast, having a tripod to avoid shaky camera work, that kind of thing. But yeah, the sort of nuts and bolts of, the filming, lighting, steady camera shots or whatever. But yeah, ultimately it's the planning, really. That would be the thing, I think.
Because we're kind of trying to portray ourselves, like our personality or and such, do you think it would be better to look at kind of one aspect of ourselves, or a few aspects, considering it's a very short video?
I guess it depends on the individual. I mean, all right, so say we take an example, right? We've got Richard that's into a certain type of food, a certain type of sport, a certain software program, a certain type of music. You could you could create a kind of mini web series for yourself, which was, clips, or you could just go for all the stills in one. But I'd be kind of tempted to do different episodes almost for different aspects of your personality. I'm sorry, this is thinking totally off the top of my head here, but I think that idea is quite attractive because, we are made of kind of multiple facets, multiple interests. So it's quite nice to kind of let those shine through. So that could be a really effective piece. You could even think about having a kind of little video wall where you just had, say, 6 Vine clips of you that looped of the kind of your 6 main interests, or that kind of thing. So yeah, you can really play around with it.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Any other question? Helen, do you want to explain us Moco 360 or things that you liked from the previous project we did?
Yeah, so I don't know how much you guys know about the work that myself and Laurent and a collective have been doing, but for about 4 years now we've been collaborating I mean, I'm based in the UK. We've got collaborators in Colombia and Germany, France, where Laurent is there, and New Zealand. And for 4 years now, we've been getting our students to work together, making mobile phone films on various topics. And they've been really kind of interesting projects. The first big one we did was we had our students in kind of mixed teams, you know, international teams from each country, creating short mobile films on the topic of global sustainability. And that was kind of one of the biggest things we learned about that was that our students in prior years individually had all really experimented with their films, but then once we got them together collaborating, they were so kind of hung up on the collaboration that the films became quite boring almost. So we thought the following year, this is like a couple of years ago, we thought, okay, let's try something else. And a friend of Laurent, he'd written this 8-act opera. So we got, I think we had about 100 students from New Zealand, Colombia, the UK, and France working in international teams to make the visual backdrop for this opera, entirely filmed and supposedly edited on mobile devices. And that was really kind of out there. So we had this opera, it was 8 acts, and each team, which is made up of kind of 12 students from all the different countries, were just given a one-word descriptor for the act. So like love, death, jazz, truth. And then this soundtrack, which was very avant-garde, so no tune, really, quite hard to listen to. So lots of the students found that, you know, really challenging. But they did that. That was kind of good, and the opera was premiered at an opera festival last August. But then I was over in New Zealand working with Laurent and Tom Cochrane, who I think you probably know. Or maybe not. But yeah, I was over there working with... What's that?
He's with us every week except today because he couldn't call you again and he was just overwhelmed.
Oh. Right, so we sat down together. You know, we'd been working together in New Zealand for a few weeks before Christmas, and we sat down and we thought, well, you know, we know we're doing some good stuff here with our students, but we need to sort of make it more flexible and try and just create a community that's going to hopefully make our students want to collaborate and drive their own projects rather than us telling them what to do. And so we came up with the idea for Moko360, which is essentially a hashtag. So it's much kind of more overarching than a project. It's an ongoing thing. And what we did with all of our students was we just used this hashtag and told them about the other students in the other countries. And we used a platform called Tagboard, which can pull in content from anywhere with the same hashtag. And as our students in our different courses were creating content, we just got them to tag everything with Moko360. And Vine was a really big part of this because in the past we used to get our students to all do these kind of hello, hello, hello introduction videos to one another. And they were kind of nice, but they weren't that interesting. And it was quite interesting to see what happened last semester because we asked our students just to make 6-second Vine videos introducing themselves. And we just said, think of it like making a really weird video for a dating site, you know, introducing yourself. So we you know, made it quite fun and quite quirky. And it was great to see how imaginative people were. And they came up with just loads of these awesome videos. So we were able to then go, you know, into our classes with our students and go to tagboard.com and just put in the Moko360 hashtag, and all these different vines would appear from all the different countries, and they were really cool, the stuff that people did. And it was interesting to see how the kind of interest started to build up, and the students were kind of thinking, oh yeah, and we just kind of, yeah, in the end we just sort of set up a Facebook group, but we, you know, stayed quite hands off, and it was great to see how many of our students started connecting on there and coming up with ideas for collaborative mobile phone films. So we had some really nice films come around from that. I mean, Laurent, what's your tech setup now? Shall I show any of them now, or?
Yes, please.
Shall I put the URL in the chat window? What's the best way to do it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because well, first of all, this is just the Moco 360 tag board. Hang on, there we go. So, if we look at the tag board now, I mean, most of the activity's died off in the last couple of months as the semester's ended, but if we scroll down, we can kind of see activity from the different countries in there, can't we?
It's loading, yeah.
Is it?
Takes a while actually, because I'm on a Wi-Fi network.
Okay.
It's taking ages. Then you need to draw it. There is that new functionality on Hangout. You can do
right. The chalkboard thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got another one here. Do you want? What about the one that Philippe did with the mixed reality mobile mentoring?
Oh yeah.
I've got the URL for that here. Here you go. So this YouTube video now, that was a collaboration between a tutor in Colombia and one of the students in Manchester in England, and they did this mixed reality mobile mentoring. And do you think you can see now?
Yeah.
And kind of looking at the parallels and differences between Bogota, Colombia, and Manchester, UK. Filmed using a range of kind of mobile devices, mobile phones, iPads, and really trying to work with this sense of location and space and using technologies to kind of link those spaces.
And actually, Helen, do you have close to your do you have something to show from your students? There was that lovely stop motion animation video.
The Hello World one?
Yes.
Yes, hang on. All right, I'll just go to I'll find it on Vimeo now.
When it's on Vimeo and with the hashtag Moco360, yeah?
Yeah.
You know that girl who did that, it was free, you nice one you sent us.
Oh, Katerina! Yeah, hang on.
Katerina, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Right, hang on, I'll just find it now. Oh yeah, that was awesome. God, it's been really slow here as well. Hang on. Here we go. Sorry about this, people. We had like, I think from Moco 360 last semester, we had probably around 500 mobile phone films, so it takes a little bit of time to find them all.
Yeah, it does.
Kind of know where they are, but all right, here we go.
Okay, yeah.
Right, I'll put this link in the doc now. There you go.
Okay. I'll click another one. Yeah, it's loading. Yes. Okay, I've got it here. Yes. You ready?
Good. You.
I'm just asking them if they're ready, but can you hear them?
No.
No, you can't. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah, something. Are you ready? It doesn't work like that, actually. Okay, I'm playing now the video.
Okay. Is that finished now?
Yeah, it's finished. Yeah.
Right, there's another one that I don't think you've seen, but I think you'll really like it. Can I show it to you now?
Yes, please. Yes.
This is a 2-minute one, but it's 3 of the guys. Oh, this just puts a smile on my face, right? They're playing around with the split screen thing and moving around between screens.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a feel good one. Quite funny. This
Okay.
lastly, think tank, yeah.
Okay, it's loading now.
Okay. Oh, hang on. Reflections in Nature. It's not that one. You know what? I've just sent you the wrong link. Hang on. Bear with me. Group projects.
Okay.
Sorry, I gave you the wrong link then. Hang on. This is weird. It's right. Oh, I'll get the link from YouTube. There's some. Right. Okay. Here we go. This is a good one. Never fails to make me smile.
Okay, playing now.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing.
A horrible shower. Quite intimate at the beginning. So yeah.
Very, very nice. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I mean, they had really fun doing it. You know, there was. I mean, there's such a mixture. We had, you know, some films that were incredibly kind of artistic and filmic and serious, and then other things like that. But it was really good to sort of, as I say, that kind of constraint of. I mean, that was 2 minutes, but the 30-second thing was really good to see what people kind of came up with and using different apps. You know, there's so much you can do, but by using this tag board and getting everyone to upload their content online and using that hashtag Moko360, it meant that all the students in different countries could see what one another were doing and kind of, yeah, sort of find people they wanted to work with, I guess, rather than us as tutors saying, here's a project and we want you to do this. And it was quite an interesting shift in that respect.
Yeah. Cool, thank you. Any other questions for Helen? No? 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 Okay. What do you do? What do you do, Helen?
What's that?
The question is, what do you do? Are you a lecturer?
Yes, yeah. I am, yeah.
Yeah. Do you want to say one word about your university?
Okay, I'm based at a university in Manchester, England. It's the University of Salford. I'm based at our campus at Media City, UK, which is kind of a weird place. It's good, don't get me wrong, but it's not like, it's kind of different from other universities because we've got this campus, it's in the middle of the BBC and our major broadcasters, so it's very kind of interesting in that respect. But I'm not a media person. I'm actually based in computer science and acoustics, so I kind of, it's really interesting actually. So I work between kind of sciences and media arts. So yeah, it's an interesting space to be. So I'll work with a load of, a typical thing will be that I might work with a lot of science postgrads, but teaching them how to do the kind of stuff that you're doing now, but looking at it in terms of digital identity and kind of digital scholarship. And rather than them do, the old school scientist version of working in, your science lab, doing your experiments and not really talking to the outside world, I get them making sort of creative mobile phone films to promote their research, that kind of thing. So bridging the two worlds, I guess.
Hey,
Yeah.
I give you a Kiwi look, the answer of your things. It's either like that, or
Right. Okay, cool.
So it's two different groups in the room.
All right, no, that's good, that's good. Marmite.
Okay, any other question?
Yeah.
Helen? No, I'm conscious about the time. It's almost midnight for you, so yeah. Hey, thanks very much. Really appreciate
All right.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Emma. Thanks, Richard. Thanks, everybody.
And
All right,
good
enjoy
luck,
the rest of the day. Well, so when do you actually finish this paper?
we've got another 2 more weeks. Is it 2 or 3 more weeks? Two more weeks only. It's only 6 weeks. It's a sort of teaser. Normally,
Right. Okay.
normally it's 12 weeks course,
Yeah.
but for some time restriction, I've got 2
Yeah.
groups of 6 weeks.
Okay. Well, I'm back on this. I'm going away on Friday, but I'm back on the 2nd of September. So, yeah, happy to have a look at stuff or drop in or anything after
Brilliant.
that. All right then.
I love that. Thanks very much.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Night, night.
Bye. Night.